stay in tune. Same times against me, but I hate to rush. Gotta keep it between the lines until I hit the dust. Got my shit together, I gotta buy some time. The key to freedom lies across the state line. It's a daily ritual, this game I play. In the life of a shadow man with a debt to pay. Hit the gravel with my hand on the radio. Here I am again, driving on the road to nowhere. My mouth is blurry and my vision's dry. I'm looking at the world again through bloodshot eyes. It's a daily ritual, this game I play. In the life of a shadow man with a debt to pay. Hit the gravel with my hand on the radio. Here I am again, driving on the road to nowhere. Just like this life that I lead, it might not take me anywhere. But I was born to travel along this lonely road to nowhere. Hit the gravel with my hand on the radio. Here I am again, driving on the road nowhere. Just like this life that I lead, it might not take me anywhere. But I was born to travel along this lonely road to nowhere.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
Oh, hi, everyone. Yeah. Hello. You see me now and all of my mess. I'm still in my fucking scrubs. Gray Cloud's here, and we're joined by Jessica Scott. Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Hello.
I don't know if,
Thank you.
can you guys see me?
They can't, unfortunately. But they can hear you.
Sounds good. We'll make it work.
Right? They have your lovely picture up, though. So
Okay.
they can see you, in theory.
Okay. Yes, and my photographer friend Buzz Covington that took that greatly appreciates that that's the picture that's up there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, it's stunning.
He's a great photographer. He's a retired W3.
Oh, nice.
He's doing a lot of traveling and a lot of photography in his retirement, so he's incredibly talented. So
That's awesome.
Well, because warrants are awesome.
obligatory plug for my other veteran friends.
Right? Don't try to feed the ego of the warrants, though. Gray Cloud's head will explode.
We are very humble.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So Jessica, you are active duty, but you are also a very accomplished author. So tell us a little bit about the works that you've authored.
So yeah, I kind of started writing back in 2007 when I went to OCS. My other half was deployed, and I had kind of dropped the kids off at my mom's, and I was like alone and unafraid at Fort Benning. And what does a 32-year-old mother of two do at Fort Benning when hanging out in the bars is probably not a good idea? So I embraced my inner nerd, and I hung out in bookstores, and I read a lot, and I started writing. And I wanted to kind of tell stories. I picked starting writing romance, which I know a lot of your audience is a lot of guys, and they're probably not going to read those, but that's okay. Their girlfriends or their wives might read them. But I really wanted to write about, the stories about normal soldiers that were, that were going back to war. And those stories about like why and how they adjusted to it and what were the impacts on their families, in dealing with all of that. And so I got incredibly fortunate. I published my first 4 or 5 books with big New York publishers before I made the transition to indie publishing, where I do my own stuff now. So
That's awesome. So what's your most recent, are they like, do you consider them like novels or?
Yeah.
So what's your most recent novel about?
So the latest one is Until We Fall, and it was a book I didn't actually plan on writing. It was kind of this like dude bro douchebag hero that kind of kept popping up in different parts of the series that I didn't really like him. And I wasn't ever planning on writing his story. And then I saw an article about a guy whose mom had died when he was a little kid, and kind of all of the things that built up from that. And then he went into the military. And when he got out of the military, he was kind of just this, he was kind of wandering around trying to figure out what to do. Like he didn't know what to do with himself when he wasn't out. Like a lot of us, when we try to, look at that transition point, it's like, who are we when we take off the uniform? Well, this guy didn't know. And so now he's trying to get sober, and, for the romance readers out there, he gets trapped in a basement with the heroine, and, they have like this deep soul searching conversations. And, they start to kind of realize that they're both veterans. They're both former officers, and they're both trying to find their way in life after the Army. And so they kind of reach out to each other and help each other kind of through.
That's awesome. I might have to check this out. I'm a huge like hopeless romantic, and I love romance novels.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, then this is perfect.
I have a bookshelf full of them.
Well, it's funny that, a lot of the women veterans that read them, when Jerry Bell she runs, I should know the thing, what she does. She runs a literary journal for veterans, and she read it and she was like, oh my God, get out of my head, because some of the things that I deal with in that book are kind of some of the things that we're all kind of talking through right now with some of the stuff that's going on in the broader military community. So a lot of the female vets that have read it kind of see themselves on the page in some ways, right? They're not I try to write us, right? I try to write the women and the men that that you and I have served with,
Mm-hmm.
and make us normal with all of our flaws and all of our isms and all of the stupid things that soldiers do. And so I like to think that my sisters can read these and go, yeah, this is it.
Great Cloud.
So how do you like being independent?
I can't hear him.
Oh no. He's asking, how do you like being an independent author?
I really like it a lot. It's, I'm kind of a control freak, and, I loved my former editor at Grand Central. She's amazing, and I would love to work with her again. But I really, really like the ability to kind of control my own branding and, control my own release schedule. And I've got an amazing team behind me, right? Just because it says, you're doing you're independent publishing doesn't mean that you're doing it by yourself. So I've got editors that I hire that have been with me for all the way at the beginning of copying my traditionally published books. And I have proofreaders. So, hopefully I've managed to catch all the mistakes and put out a quality product, but it's not an individual effort. There's a team behind it, but I really do like the control over it and what do I want to write next and having that freedom to kind of tell the stories that I want to tell.
Mm-hmm. So when you, were you being forced to write things like that you just weren't interested in, or like you just didn't have a story for?
No, not really. My very first editor and I had kind of very different visions for what the story was.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted a more kind of traditional, a little bit more traditional romance, and I really had a hard time. I was a brand new writer, so I had a really hard time trying to figure out how she wanted me to change the story. And my second editor was like, when she sent me my revisions on the book that was a really tough book for me to write. Like I kind of cried because I was so happy that she saw the story that I wanted to tell and was giving me guidance on how to tell that story. So like I really loved working with Michelle. She's a fantastic editor. And I got caught up in, I don't know how much you guys follow like what's going on in the publishing world, but there was some stuff that happened with my publisher and Amazon back when my first print book came out. And so just kind of crashed my sales numbers and my print sales. And so we kind of had to go our separate ways in a sort of some manner of speaking. So, yeah. But I love that editor. She's great.
So now are all of your novels connected? Like, are they in the same, like, either timeline or universe, if you will?
Well, they are. So my Homefront series is set at Fort Hood. It's set in a fictional 5th Brigade 1st Cav unit. And, it's going towards, that they're marching towards that last deployment that Cav did in 12. And so the stories are all connected by place and kind of along that deployment timeline. Okay. The other series that I have, the Falling series is set in Durham, North Carolina. And it started off as kind of my way of coping with everything from grad school. My first year of grad school was an absolute disaster, and I would not have gotten through but for like the village around me. But my classmates were amazing, and there was 2 actual veterans that were a year ahead of me. And it was just so nice to have someone there that like spoke my language. Mm-hmm. And so the books there are all connected so the characters are kind of loosely connected. They all kind of center around this bar, that one of the characters owns that's meant to kind of be this gathering place that veterans it's like Cheers for veterans. They kind of show up and all kind of, talk about the stupid things that they used to do. And, so it's kind of connected by place. The stories stand alone on their own. Like, I don't think you have to read the previous ones to read the current one. But they're all kind of connected by place and kind of loosely around this idea of like vets on campus, like how are they figuring out who they are and dealing with some of the things that like, and this is like the sexiest romance novel ever, right? I deal with, erectile dysfunction in one, the hero can't get it up. And this is like a young dude and here he's having this major problem. And, so I try to raise awareness of like some of the issues that younger vets are going through as, in my books and try to, treat them a little bit seriously in the telling of the stories and how people kind of recover from stuff.
Mm-hmm. So do you have a next project like already in the works or in mind?
I don't have anything in the works right now. I'm working on some nonfiction stuff, I think, for the summer. I've got a germ of an idea sort of dancing around, but it's really nothing that's coming up broad yet. I go through this phase every single year where I'm pretty convinced that I have no more stories, that I'm just done and it's over and there's no other stories to tell. And then I eventually come up with something else. But every time I go through this phase, it feels like it's the end. Mm-hmm. So I'm like I'm just at the beginning of this. I have no more stories to tell. I am done writing phase, but I'm sure that there will be more coming. But right now I don't have any. And it's scary. Like every time it's scary. So,
were you nervous taking like your first manuscript to an editor or a publisher and being like, "Hey, judge my writing and see if it's good enough to become a book"?
Oh yeah, very much so. Right. Like I think I got rejected by like every agent in the business multiple times, right? Because you finish that first book and you're like, oh my God, this is great, it's going to be awesome, and then you get like no response, right? So there's a series of, there's a level to the rejections with industry, right? So first one is you send in the query and like there's no response, there's silence, and then you get like the form rejection that says they actually read it, right?
Oh,
they read
hey.
your query and then they're like, but there's like still no. But
Right.
then you'll start getting to the ones where it's like, well, this project really isn't right for me, and maybe that, maybe you could, consider me for other things, right? So like maybe your idea is starting to get there, and then you get the ones that's like, well, hey, if you want to make these changes, I'm willing to relook it. And so I actually sold my first book before I got an agent. I don't recommend pitching to agents and editors on Twitter unless they ask you to. But I originally pitched my first book on Twitter and managed to sell the book before I got an agent. So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
if it works.
If it works, right? But again, I don't recommend it. Most of them do not want to be hit up in their direct messages with pitches, but sometimes they do. But yeah, it's nerve wracking, and it's you're putting all of your scar tissue and everything out there, and the things that you don't know yet as a writer. And you've just kind of got to, take it on the chin and take the feedback and learn to apply it better. It's really tough learning how to put together, all the moving parts and pieces for a story. But it's part of the process. It's part of growing your craft as a writer. So, I mean, rejection hurts, it sucks, and everybody still gets rejections. But it's part of how can you learn to tell a better story, or not maybe a better story, but a more marketable story, right? If you want to pitch to New York.
Yeah. So do you think that ebooks will take over completely over paper or hardback?
Nope, not at all. I think ebooks they have replaced mass market paperbacks. Those will still be out there, but those you've seen the big shift in a lot of the genre fiction with sci-fi and romance specifically have really been hit hard by the ebook transition in a lot of ways. And you see the market share shifting, but you see nonfiction, trade paperback, women's fiction, these things are all still very much print heavy. And I don't think print is going anywhere anytime soon. One of the things I'm a big fan of reading Nassim Nicholas Taleb's work, and he talks about, I can pick up a book that's 500 years old and I can still read it. And I have files on my computer from 5 years ago that are unreadable now. And he says, books are not going anywhere. And I tend to agree with him,
It's a very, very good point though, is that you literally can pick up a book from decades, hundreds of years ago, and you're like, oh, hey, look, this is still good. And, you pick up a bad USB file and you're like, well, this sucks.
And here's the virus that you got from Pakistan.
Right? Damn it. Now my computer has AIDS.
Yeah, right? Oh, God, there's some scar tissue there. The war stories I could tell about that.
What is your favorite genre to read?
I'm a super nerd, so I actually really like nonfiction. I've been doing a lot of work on religion, so I'm very much like I said, a big nerd. So I've been reading a lot about how religion is created and how religion is formed, and kind of the role of religion in human society. So big nerd. I am not fun at parties.
I
At all.
At least you can I don't see that, but at least it's nice to admit that, where you're like, I'm not the one to invite because I'll just drive everyone else away.
Oh yeah. It's funny because I'm that person that will prefer to sit in the corner and talk and solve all the world's problems at the party, as opposed to the normal conversations that are going on around me. So, it's just being at peace with who I am.
Oh my goodness. What is your favorite book?
Oh boy. I think there's a lot. There are many that are on my keeper shelf. I think my all-time favorite book that I still periodically reread every 3 to 5 years, I would have to say Anne McCaffrey, Dragonflight. I started reading her so I picked up her first book in middle school, and this is way before the internet. And we couldn't find the rest of the book and the rest of the books in the series. And so I had read the first book, and I like had to go months. And then one day I stumbled across, I was misplaced on a bookshelf back in the day. And so I found the second book, and then I just read the rest of the Pern series. So I loved her science fiction. Her, her Dragon Riders of Pern series is probably like up there in my all-time favorites. And I go back and I reread that book periodically just because it just has all the right notes,
Mm-hmm. Sorry. I know we're having like technical difficulties right now, and like for whatever reason you're no longer able to hear Gray Cloud. So he is actually typing all of his questions to me so I can relay them to you, which
that
is why
works.
he's super quiet for everyone who's like watching right now. Are you angry at R.R. Tolkien?
Why would I be angry at him?
Why would she be angry at him? Gray Cloud, I'm confused.
That's the wrong writer.
Gur Martin?
Is that who it is?
Yeah. George R.R. Martin.
Yeah. Okay. There you
Not
go.
sure why I should be angry. I think
Right.
he's got some problematic storytelling stuff, but I mean, that's like one of the few shows that I actually watch to kind of see how it's going to end. And it'll be interesting to see how the last book is very different from the shows. I think he needs to get the damn book out there.
I think that's why he's wondering if you're angry at him.
Yeah.
About how he's taking his sweet ass time getting Winds of Winter out.
It must be nice, right? To have a publisher that's willing to wait, I think, what has it been, a decade since the last one or something?
It's
like,
something ridiculous. I think it's
Yeah.
been more almost like 15 years.
yeah.
That's
So,
awesome.
I mean, hey, he's got a publisher that's willing to wait. Good on him, right? I think his fans are definitely like chomping at the bit to know how this sucker ends,
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I watch Game of Thrones. I really enjoy the show. I like seeing, kind of the plot twists and the political intrigue and all of that. So, it'll be interesting to see how it ends.
Yes. Right?
Probably going to piss everybody off.
Right. Oh my God.
Not if they cancel it.
Shut up. All right.
What did he say?
Gray Cloud is over here. He likes to antagonize me a lot.
Yeah, I got that. I was just listening to you guys earlier.
Yeah, so he likes to antagonize me and say things like, not unless they cancel the last season, which they're not going to, Gray Cloud, because they're already
You're making too
filming
much
it.
money.
Right? Yeah, see, she's going to climb through the interwebs and come after you, too. Like, this is not a joking matter, sir.
No, that's worth too much money for him to cancel it.
Right? Yeah. Oh, and Spanky's a huge Martin fan as well. And the last book came out in 2011.
Oh, well, okay. So not quite a decade.
Almost. I mean, it
Yeah.
might as well have been 7 years.
It's been a long 7 years. It's been a long decade.
Right. Friggin'. Will it ruin the book if the show is before the... No, it's not going to ruin the book. Because...
I don't think so.
No, because, what was it? The, George R.R. Martin gave the directors, the Davids, if you will, like, creative freedom. He pretty much told them, the major plots, like, points to hit and how it's going to end, and said, everything else is up to you.
Yeah.
Have fun. And so that's where we're at.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll ruin the book. I mean, you always have the, your typical, your book nerd stereotype of like, the book is better than the show. And we all know that. And so like the people that are going to watch the show are still going to read the book if they read the books, right? And they're still going to be like gobbling it up.
Yeah, exactly. But,
We need questions from our audience.
right? I saw one earlier.
I'll wait for the movie. Fucking Dale Labs.
Idiot.
I wish I could hear what he was saying.
Oh, he's talking about one of the guys in Facebook live chat. He's like, I'll wait for the movie. So, would you ever do a, do you know, mostly just stick with fiction, or do you go with nonfiction every so often?
So I put my blog when I was in Iraq. I blogged as most of us did earlier on in the war, and I put that into kind of 2 nonfiction books, mainly because I wanted my kids to kind of have access to it because websites change and that stuff will go away. I haven't done much nonfiction beyond that, but I've got a couple of projects in the works that I may be tying into, but it's not anything that's. It wouldn't be under this name. It would be under my real name for my day job. So.
And then what is the longest time that you've spent writing, like from first draft to finished, published, and it's out the door?
The longest one? Oh God. I don't know. It takes me about, depending on if I have a deadline or not. I mean, maybe 6 months, and that's tops. I mean, when I know the story, I can write pretty fast. So I don't usually spend a lot of times, but then I'll have books like this last one that was ungodly pulling teeth. Like I could not figure out the damn story. And it just I went through multiple different ideas and threads that I had to cut and clean up in the final revisions. So I would say it's about an average of 6 months for me to kind of go from the germ of an idea to that kind of finished product and start working towards the release. That's about average, I think.
Do you know who Clive Barker is?
Yes, I read Cabal many, many, many years ago. I think I was probably way too young to have read it.
So we've got a question for you. Do you think Clive Barker will be able to write a new book, or do you think that it's the end of the road for him?
I'm not tracking what's going on with him. Is he pretty old?
I'm not sure. I don't even know who that is.
He's a horror writer. He's written some pretty. There was a pretty. What was it? It was a Cabal, and it was a B movie back, God, in the 80s or 90s, probably the early 90s somewhere. And he's a pretty big horror writer. So I'm not sure if something happened to him or not. As long as his fingers and his brain still work, he can still write. So, I mean, once those things go, then you can start dictating or have someone else type for you.
Right? Exactly.
But he's written some scary stuff. I mean, I remember reading Cabal when I was younger, and it scared the shit out of me. Like I said, I was probably way too young to have read it.
Dale Labs says, thank you for your service, Jessica.
Oh, tell him thanks.
So in this book, Until We Fall, I know you kind of told us a little bit about it, but can you give us some inside things, some nitty gritty inner details of what goes on in this book?
So the basic idea is this guy's trying to stay sober, right? And he's trying to come to grips with the fact that he's been a pretty big asshole for the last 5 years since he got out of the military or so. And he's basically been drinking his way through the bar and not really doing much with his life. And his mom ended up the plot of the story is his mom was killed during the first push into Iraq in kind of the end of 2003. And as people were reading it, they're like, wow, yeah, we have been in Iraq and Afghanistan long enough for people whose parents have died to have served their own time in their own piece of the war. So that was kind of the kind of over the story arc of Caleb and his kind of needing to be a soldier to kind of follow in his mom's footsteps and, really wanting to serve. And then, I can't remember what I put in the story for why he got kicked out of the military, but he did. And, then he's kind of just lost and not really knowing what to do. And he's screwing around in grad school and he doesn't have a good relationship with his parent or with his father. And, he was sent to military school at a really young age. And so kind of, piling on as one does, because people never have just one issue. There's always multiple things going on in people's lives. And so he's just trying to figure out who he is. And so he finally gets sober. And so it ends up being a guy that served with his mom, was a sergeant major who served with his mom, who knew him and kind of drags him out of the gutter, almost literally, and helps him get sober and kind of confront, the loss and everything that kind of shaped his subsequent decisions. And then, of course, he meets Nalini, who is, she's a yoga studio instructor. And, I wanted to tap into, how much yoga is really helping a lot of veterans deal with PTSD and different things that they've dealt with over their lives. And so I really wanted to kind of raise awareness of that in the story. And so she meets him, and they don't ever end up doing yoga together, but she's remodeling this new space for her new studio. And so he starts working on that with her and helping her kind of clear everything out. And it's kind of this life as a house, taking the building down to the bare bones and like putting things back together again is sort of an allegory, I guess, for what Caleb is doing in his life. So.
Oh, nice. Definitely. So where can we find this novel at? Like, where can we get it?
They are everywhere. So that's the cool thing about being indie is so you can get them on ebook, on like Amazon, Barnes & Noble, iBooks. You can also buy them directly from me. So if you go to my website, there's a link at the top that says ebook store, and you can buy directly from me, and that'll go to whatever e-reader that you use. You can also get them in print. So they're available on Barnes & Noble. I think they've pushed out to like Books A Million and the other and IndieBound and Amazon, of course. So it's available however you want to read.
That's awesome. So we got a comment for you from Kame. Jessica's book, The Longest Night, gave me nightmares. Goodness, what is that book about?
So that is a not romance novel. That was, I was kind of doing a palate cleanser, and I really, I kind of went down this idea of this guy kind of has a mental breakdown in Iraq, and it's kind of, it's this young Goodman Brown idea that this soldier is in Iraq and he's trying to make these choices, and he's dealing with a guy that turns out to be the devil, or does he, right? And kind of this, the sin that he's committed downrange. We don't actually ever find out if he did it or not. I actually don't even know if he did it or not. But what's the penance? What's the price that he has to pay for this thing that he did? And it's really this kind of supernatural look at, as a metaphor for PTSD. And, he starts not sleeping, and then, they go out on a mission and things go sideways. And that one is not a romance novel. So like all of your man readers can read it and keep their man cards. Although I've been told that men have read my novels and, are still perfectly fine. So
right. It doesn't take away from their masculinity.
Right.
Oh my
but yeah, that was an off, a one-off for me, but I really liked that story. I scared myself writing it.
I love how you said that you yourself didn't know if he did it or not. And I'm like, what? But you're the author. Like it was in your head. Like, how do you not know? Like, of all the people, you should know.
Right? We should. It's, it's funny, being behind the page and seeing how these things are written. It's like, I now get like, no, maybe the author doesn't actually know how it turns out. And, the end of the story, like you don't actually need to know what he did, if he did it or not. It's kind of, it's not critical to the end of the story. But it's kind of like it's always left hanging. And I may have said if he did it or not. I don't honestly remember. It's a funny thing. Like when I finish a book, I sort of forget what I wrote. So I have to go back and reread if you're going to ask specific questions.
That's funny. Right? I forgot what I wrote because I'm on to the next one. So I don't know.
Yeah. That is totally my life. Like it is, I honest to God, I forget things all the time. So if I don't write it down immediately, and then I have to go back and reread it. So.
Friggin'. Do you get questions about your characters?
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. It's a question from Grey Cloud. He just said, do you get questions about your characters?
I mean, people will ask me like how I come up with these ideas, and a lot of the stuff comes from my husband. We both, he was a retired first sergeant, and he dealt with all of the stupid things that soldiers do, and I've got my own stories that kind of get mixed in there as well. But he'll tell me stories, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's brilliant! I'm writing that down like that," and that's something that like civilians read this and like, "No way this happened," and I'm like, "It totally happened." So I kind of mix in a lot of the different things that he and I have experienced over the years, and the different, the stupid stories that we tell. And, one of my favorite characters I ever wrote was this giant smartass who was just this most irreverent, and every platoon has one, right? This wicked smartass who will talk shit to anybody. And, he was so much fun to write. I mean, it was such a blast to write because I was laughing my ass off writing it going, civilians are not going to believe that this guy like is in every platoon.
Exists.
Yeah. We laugh at ourselves a lot better in the military, right? Civilians don't laugh at us that much, and I think we need to do more of that, right?
Yeah. So how do you find time to write while on active duty? I could barely find time to eat.
Yeah, no, I know. That's very much a thing. It's surge writing. It's panic writing. I will kind of, a lot of times if I get some space and I get an idea, like the words will come and I'll kind of get a good chunk of the story down. And then I kind of have to just slug away at it over time. So I'll try to carve out an hour or two at night after the kids go to bed. And after, my husband's downstairs watching, ESPN or whatever, I'll try to take some time and work on a story a little bit there. And I write really fast. So like I can write 5-10 pages a night. And then, if you can do that over the course of a month, you can have, a good chunk of the book done. So, but it's panic writing a lot of times. It's like, oh my God, I said I was going to release this book on this date and I still don't have it finished. I need to I'm going to the coffee shop on Saturday. Good luck, kids, feed yourselves. And I'm not kidding.
Fend for yourself, everybody.
Well, my husband does the cooking, so like if not, we'd live on pancakes and cereal. So I'm a terrible cook.
Hell yeah.
He's a great cook. We had ribs for dinner, so yay for men who cook.
So your character who was like the smartass of like the company or whatever, is his name Carl?
No, but it is Carponti, so it's close.
Because every unit has a Carl.
Every unit has a Carl. Yes, I probably should have named him Carl, but I didn't.
Right? Damn it, Carl.
Yeah. Yeah, every unit has one, and yeah, that's the fun part. Like, and that was the fun of writing these stories. Is I really wanted to kind of like show the soldiers and stuff, the normal soldiers, that everyday stuff that we serve with, right? And laugh at ourselves and the stupid things, and just kind of I don't know. I just wanted to see us on the page in a lot of ways. So.
That's awesome.
What has got Great Cloud laughing so hard?
I think the fact that you've got, Carl in a book.
He looked like he was ready to piss himself laughing.
I mean, he might be. I've almost killed him a couple times getting him to laugh super hard.
So I'll give you an example of what one of the things that the character does. So he ends up having an amputation. He loses part of his arm, and so in a subsequent book, he's using the prosthetic to do what male soldiers do.
Yes. Oh my God.
That's the complete stranger there.
Fucking
Go to
Carl. Great Cloud was just like, that's the complete stranger right there. Like, you don't
and we can all know somebody that would do that, right?
Right? Yeah, you don't even have to sit on your hand for that one. Right? Ooh, I wonder if it had like a jerk off mode or.
Well, I didn't quite go that far, but that was the implication of the things that he was doing. So.
Right? See, I just killed Great Cloud. It'll show up. It's the best.
Yeah. I mean, writing there's just no end of material of the things that soldiers do that you can put into books. So.
Yeah.
Oh my
gosh. So, all right. So you said that you were, trying to, you were thinking that you were going to be coming up on like a break from writing for a little bit because you think all your stories are out. I don't think that's going to happen though. I
certainly hope not, because otherwise the IRS is going to be pissed at me for not writing anymore. Like I still have to file my taxes and show that I'm running a business. So I certainly hope I start writing again.
I totally think you will. So is Until We Fall, is that already out or?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. It's out. It came out last week. Actually, it was a week ago today that it came out. And I'm just, I'm really grateful to the readers that have stuck with me, because it's a little bit different. That series is a little bit different from my first series.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of folks followed me over to the new one, and, readers like Cammie says she'll read anything that, I could write a cereal box and she'll read it. And like, those are the readers that I am incredibly grateful for. It's like, thank you for sticking with me. Cammie and Pat have actually been with me since my very, very first book. They read and reviewed my very first one, and they've read everything since. And I'm incredibly grateful that they have stuck with me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm looking on, and I know she can't hear me, but I'm looking on Amazon right now, and her rating is through the roof on her books.
Apparently, you have a phenomenal rating on Amazon. Great Cloud is definitely cyber stalking you right now over there.
There was one review. I stopped reading reviews years ago because they get stuck in your head, right? But there was one after one of my books came out where a senior NCO cussed out a captain, and the review was like, clearly this author has no idea what she's talking about. No NCO would ever talk to an officer that way. And I was like, you're cute. You've never been in a BCT.
Right?
And then I just, I had to stop reading because I'm like, okay, you're right. That's never happened.
You're right. Clearly, you would know. But, whatever, right?
Yeah, I had to chuckle at that one. I was like, aw. But I had to stop reading reviews years ago because the bad ones get stuck in your head, and that's all you can think about. Like, you can have all the good ones in the world, but it's the bad ones that, like, get put on repeat.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
Speaking of repeater, have you guys done a review of Super Troopers 2?
I don't think we've done, like, an official review of it. I know I've seen it. I'm not...
What'd you think?
Great Cloud, did you see it?
I have not seen it.
Great Cloud has not seen it because he's a fucking slacker.
It's really good.
I thought so too.
I was in hysterics. I mean, I was laughing for like days afterwards.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking hilarious. I know Kaz has seen it, and he thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, they did a good job. Like they had a really high bar to set. I think they did. They nailed it. They did a great job.
I do too. The week before it came out, we had Eric Stolhansky on the show. Yeah,
that's so cool. Do they know like that there was a fob named Ramrod in Afghanistan? Do they know that?
I don't think so.
We should make sure that they find out. They should know this, right?
I think they should. He had no idea that Super Troopers is like one of the most played videos downrange.
Oh yeah.
At all. I was like, dude, seriously? Like that is the #1 movie. Like,
and who among us has not been called to the gate to answer for why their soldiers are playing repeater or cat game with the Corps commander? Right? I mean, who among us? That actually happened to my husband at Fort Hood.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah. He's like, listen, dickhead, you guys can't do this.
But yeah, like he seemed to be like almost in shock that there was such a like cult following almost.
Oh yeah.
In the military.
Yep. I mean, that movie has gotten such traction, and that's why it's like I was like they've got to know that like the soldiers named a fob Ramrod, and I think the urban legend goes that like the officers found out that that's what it was named for, and they tried to make him change it, and the soldiers refused, and they kept calling it Ramrod.
That's awesome. We have to let them know.
Yes, we do.
I'm sure I think we can make that happen. Right? We know people.
Exactly.
Well, Jessica, I had such a great time with you tonight. I don't think I have any more questions. Great Cloud, what about you?
I had one. I was trying to think of it, and I lost it.
Oh, he lost his last question.
I did.
Because he's a warrant officer.
Well,
is he?
Well, he was.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Well, hey. Oh God, what?
No, he's good. He just kind of like scoffed and then
Hey, I really appreciate you guys having me on. I think it's really cool. I love what you guys do. I love what WTF does. Posting all of the stupid things that are out there. I think it's awesome that we can laugh at ourselves, and I think it's also great like when you guys post some of these boneheaded policy letters to help senior leaders kind of see what their idiot commanders are doing down at the lower levels. So I think it's awesome what you guys do, and keep up the great work.
Oh, thank you so much. And I know I for sure am definitely going to be checking out a lot of what you've written because it sounds like it's right up my alley. So
I hope so.
I can't wait.
I hope you like it.
I'm going to like order in bulk and be like, oh my God.
Yes, that would be awesome.
like it's gonna happen. So, again, everyone, get it for your wife, your girlfriend, yourself. We won't judge you. It's fine.
There's cussing. There's dick jokes. Right? There's something for everybody.
Right? It's gonna be a good time. Carl's in there, but he's not named
Carl's
Carl.
in there. Yeah.
Right.
But not named Carl. Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, like I said, I really appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you so much. It's been really great chatting with you.
It's
So
been
this has been awesome.
such a fun time chatting with you as well. Everyone, we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the third and final hour of Tied Up Tuesday. Stick around.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
Oh, hi, everybody.
Hey,
Shit.
let's catch you by surprise.
Caught me off guard.
It's your break. I don't understand.
Fucking shit happens when you party naked. I don't know what to tell you.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good party, I'm guessing.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
That was an awesome interview.
It was. I really enjoyed talking with Jessica.
It was, yeah. It was awesome. That's really awesome that she's able to do that, being active duty and write her books and get them published. Yeah, more power to her.
Right.
And, barring technical difficulties where the guests could not hear me.
Right.
Yeah, it was still a great interview and awesome to have her on. So
Fucking interwebs.
interwebs. So Nation, if you're not tracking today, like we said at the beginning of the show, 1 May, it is the anniversary of OBL being taken out by Steel Team 6.
Suck a dick.
I saw the best patch get posted somewhere and I don't remember where, but what's the official shot? What's the official drink today for today? 2 shots and a splash.
That's awesome.
So. Here's a drink to those guys that made that fucking mission happen.
Right. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm technically on call, but
Oh, so no deliciousness for you tonight.
no, I am able to have 1 to 2 drinks.
1 to 2 drinks. Luke, it is not the rare cast tonight. But as you can see, I have that behind me. sitting in the center. This is the Whiskey Makers edition. So there you go. But no, it's very, I don't want to say surreal, but I can't believe it's been as long as it has. I can't find any current stories, but the one I found is from 2 years ago. So that makes this the 7th year anniversary of OBL being waxed. And it's important to mark that history, I think, because of everything that we dealt with as a nation, and everything that went through to get to him finally.
Yes.
Does that make sense? I mean, it was the thousands of lives that were lost, both on 9/11 and in the subsequent, Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom, to bring him to justice and his network. Hats off to those guys that made that happen and brought him to justice for, or rather serving justice for all those that needed it to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's some fresh news.
Oh.
Mueller told Trump legal team a presidential subpoena could be possible.
For what?
We're gonna get into that.
No, but honestly though, for fucking what?
And see here, okay. Oh fuck, we're gonna go down that hole first. Here's the thing, okay? Here's what's got me all wrapped up, and I got it. There's a lot of shit going on, okay? And this is the problem with, again, this is the problem with the 24-hour news cycle and information on, with people not listening to everything, and the media wanting to spin it the way they want to spin it to better their agenda. Okay? Let the system work like it's supposed to. Okay? Nobody helps each other's case when you have the 24-hour news cycle going and they're constantly spewing information, and usually it's only bits and pieces of it. You always have to go find the other half somewhere. With that being said, right, if you look at what has come to fruition so far, I want to know what they're looking to subpoena him for.
Right? Honestly, what the fuck are they trying to get? Because, like, what the fuck has he done?
See.
It's not like he gave $150 billion to fucking Iran under the table.
That doesn't happen.
Huh?
That doesn't happen.
Oh, wait, no, you're right. That never happened. Oh, no. Oh, wait, no, Obama did that. Like in the middle of the night, and like this under the table deal that nobody fucking knew about, right? That was Obama. That was not Trump. But whatever.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, so here, Special Counsel Robert Mueller told President Trump's legal team that he could subpoena the president to appear before a grand jury if Trump refuses an interview with Mueller's team. Trump's former lead attorney told the Associated Press Tuesday night. John Dowd told the AP that Mueller raised the possibility of a subpoena during a meeting with Trump's legal team in March. According to the Washington Post, which first reported on the meeting, Dowd retorted, "This isn't some game. You are screwing with the work of the President of the United States." Dowd resigned as Trump's lead lawyer weeks later amid a dispute over how to answer Mueller's request for a presidential interview. Yeah, he's the president. Fuck off.
Right? Fuck off. Like, fuck in the off direction. Go away.
Go what? Go away before I taunt you a second time.
Your mother's a hamster.
On Tuesday morning, on Tuesday morning, Trump said it was disgraceful that the list of potential questions had been leaked to the media. In a brief phone conversation with Fox News, Dowd denied that he had leaked the list to the media. Again, this goes back to the problem with the 24-hour news cycle and everybody wanting to report on fucking everything.
The worst. They're the worst.
Huh?
I said they're the worst.
They are. The news is the worst. And I tell you what, it doesn't matter what station it is. It's all fucking retarded.
Yeah, I agree.
Because everything is spun. And now there's fallout between Trump and Fox, which is awesome.
Wait, there's a fallout between who?
Trump and Fox, because he started going on apparently they cut his interview off because he was going on some kind of rant against Robert Mueller.
Who cares? It's Trump.
I find
Like
it
he's
interesting
gonna
that Mueller wants to subpoena Trump.
do what?
I find it interesting that Mueller wants to try and subpoena Trump in front of a grand jury.
I just want to know for what though. Right? Especially for a grand jury, like there's got to be a good goddamn reason for that.
Yeah, well, grand juries run like their own show and all this other garbage. But the problem with the grand jury is you don't know what you're being subpoenaed to appear in front of the grand jury for.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, you could be a witness, you could be a subject matter expert, you could be whatever. And if they don't want to tell him why he would be subpoenaed, in this case, it'd probably be as a witness. But, you know, Trump's the president of the United States. You can tell him, fuck off. So that's... Fuck. Fucking I hate the news now.
Right. Ugh.
What do you got?
I was actually just bringing something up, and then my internet started to slow down. So I was like,
Let's not have that. We've already had that once tonight.
Right. Let's not do that again. No, hold on. Give me a second. I'll find something. Don't you worry your pretty little heart out.
I won't.
No, there was something that I saw last week or like, a couple days ago that I really wanted to talk about. And I was like, oh, newsroom. But now I have to go and find it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Find the newses.
I do. I have to find the newses.
The newses.
The Clinton nonprofit. Yes,
Yeah.
right? Because fuck the
Go.
Clintons.
The fucking Clintons.
So the Clinton, a Seattle man who recently sought to end his monthly donation to a Hillary Clinton nonprofit group, ran into a small roadblock. There was no way to cancel his monthly contribution, according to a report. So Corey, fuck his last name, who's 29 years old. Oh, good, he's learning. Wanted to stop his $10.48 recurring donation to Onward Together, the political action organization Clinton formed after, mind you, her 2016 election defeat, because the group disclosed little information on how it spent the money, he told Seattle Times. Quote, Onward Together accepts payment information but provides no ability to alter or cancel donations once the initial donation is received. Fuck his last name, wrote in his complaint to the Washington State Attorney General's office. Attorney General's office. There we go. I know how to read. Political groups have employed aggressive tactics in the past when asking for contributions. Aggressive tactics in the past when asking for contributions, many times using email blasts to persuade would-be donors. According to the Seattle Place, one such email sent to a potential Clinton backer 11 months after the 2016 presidential election read, Heather, right? This is all in quotes. Heather, it's an old joke by now that I took a few long walks in the woods after Election Day. But I did, and I came out ready to fight for our vision of a fairer, more inclusive country by supporting the incredible groups and leaders who are encouraging people to organize and run for office. I hope you're ready too, because I'd like for you to become a founding donor to Onward Together by starting a monthly donation of just $10.
Just $10.
Yeah. So fuck his last name, who began contributing in May of 2017, has spent weeks on a mission to keep that $10 and change in his bank account. The Seattle Times reported. Hillary Clinton founded Onward Together in 2017 to help progressive groups with fundraising, training, and introductions to advisors and donors. Its website said. The Seattle Times noted that the organization was what's known as a 501c4 in the federal tax code, making it a tax-exempt social welfare group with no requirements to reveal its donors.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I bet you there's some Russian money in there.
Nick Merrill, communications director for Clinton, told the paper that the organization gave upwards of $1 million to, quote, various groups. And it plans to exceed that in 2018. Oh, I'm sure you did. Fuck his last name, with help from State Attorney General Bob Ferguson. Are you, dude? Seriously, fuck this dude's last name, and I cannot pronounce it. So his new name is fuck his last name. Was able to use a newly implemented cancel button on the group's website. But when the next month came, another $10.48 was withdrawn from his account. Merrill told the paper that fuck his last name situation has since been, quote, rectified, unquote. And they will make sure this doesn't happen again to anybody in the future. Fuck his last name wouldn't find out if his donation was canceled until next month's bank statement, the paper reported. While he didn't take issue with Clinton personally, he told the paper that, quote, what surprised me is the Democratic Party is supposed to stand for other people and not be part of this larger industrial complex. Fuck his last name is learning.
Oh my God.
No, honestly. Okay, so no, here, you tell me what his last name is. Ready? I'm going to spell it out for you. You ready?
Oh, Lord.
So it's K-O-S. C-I, or C, okay, so K-O-S-C-I-E-L-N-I-A-K.
Kalaspa.
Yes. Fuck his last name. Yeah, no, that's the last name I can't fucking say.
Oh my God.
Something about science and I don't know. No, there's an L in there. Cause there's an L in there.
Cosine Eric.
See, everyone else, they understand. See, yeah, fuck his last name.
Well, now that we've got that out of the way.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but he's fucking learning. I think it's hilarious, though, that he's like, I'd love that last sentence. What surprised me is the Democratic Party is supposed to stand for people and not be part of this larger industrial complex. I'm so confused.
That's the best line.
Meanwhile, everyone else is over here laughing because they're like, you're learning.
Oh, that is the best.
It really is. It's the best line of the whole fucking article. Best line, hands down. What? But why is the L silent?
Oh, Lord, here we go.
In what language is the L silent?
The English language sometimes.
When?
Like in Illinois. Oh wait.
Yeah, try again. You're smart.
God, that was funny.
Oh my god, great.
Oh yeah. Oh,
my
see,
God, oh
Kaz
my
got
God.
it. You got to carry the L.
You gotta carry the L, man.
Got to carry the L.
Dude. What? English, yeah? What word? Illinois? Duh.
Did I break you with that? That's awesome.
That was amazing. I was wait, what?
I broke Minx. Oh, look, Keith to my rescue. Llama.
Llama.
Llama
Llama.
has double L.
Llama.
La llama.
Llama.
La llama. La llama.
Yeah.
Hey, Macarena. Anyways, on a serious note, and this is something I really want your opinion on.
Go on.
What do you think about the VA hospital room that went viral?
Oh, was that the photo that Pookie put into like the team room?
I think so. But now the Veterans Affairs Hospital is apologizing for the photo of the filthy room.
As they fucking should. That thing was gross. Like I saw it and I was like, what is the fuck? I thought like Pookie was in the hospital and I was like, is Pookie okay? Like the fuck did they have to do that? The trash can is overflowing. Cause like, no, because you know, good practice for every fucking hospital is you empty the trash can between patients. That is what they are supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Between patients, you empty the whole room. Change out the trash can. So everything's brand new. Everything's clean. There's nothing from the previous patient in that room waiting on the new patient to get there.
Right, because biohazard and whatnot.
Yeah. So that's disgusting. Yeah.
The story is I have it links to Yahoo. Veterans Affairs Hospital is attempting to clean up its facility and its public image after photos of a dirty, unkempt room sparked anger on social media with the veteran who snapped them, suggesting that people like him don't seem to be a priority. Photos taken inside the Department of Veterans Affairs Medical Center in Salt Lake City, that's in Utah, show an overflowing garbage can, trash, and exposed medical equipment on the counters and what appears to be plaster splattered on the sink, cabinets, and floor. Wait. Sorry, when I think plaster, I'm thinking like wall repairs.
Right, why is it on the floor?
Yeah, why is it on the... Well, maybe casts need to be made. Or they're making a new appendage that has the jerk-off function like you suggested. U.S. Army vet Christopher Wilson, who told station KUTV that he took the photos during a podiatry appointment on April 5th, said this was the room in which he was supposed to receive medical injections.
Gross.
Wow. No. You will not be sticking me in that room.
Oh, they're going to stick you. They're going to stick you so hard.
No,
pew,
no, they
pew.
will not. I would figure they would say, "Oh, this room's not clean," and take me somewhere else. But they just kind of blew past it and didn't acknowledge it.
This room's not clean. Nah, it's good.
It's
You
good.
go in here.
It's just kind of kick those roaches under the rug. You'll be fine.
Just keep the light on. They'll stay away.
Don't fight the ants for the M&Ms. You'll lose. Wilson, who served 2 tours in Iraq, said it's never a treat going to the facility, but the conditions that they went well beyond what can be tolerated. There's always something, though, he said, of his experience at the hospital. The people who are there to serve us kind of see us as a hindrance more than anything. We don't seem to be a priority. It feels like I'm beating my head against the wall sometimes with them. Wilson added, if you had the choice to go there, would you go there? I would not. I don't like going there. Well, that sums up the VA healthcare system in a nutshell at the moment, and all the stuff that we face. Yeah, it's hard to get anywhere, and it's hard to have decent facilities.
Yeah.
Right. So it's really bothersome that this is acceptable, and then you can't fire people. Right. It's impossible to fire anybody who has any tenure in the government. And it's really fucking frustrating because they pull all this fucking shit. They fucking don't want to help vets. They just want to go through the motions because they got their GS job. Like those individuals that fucking originally got fired because they were being paid for 2 positions when you can only be really hired for 1. And this is what we get. And there's nothing that can be done at the moment, which really fucking sucks. And now we don't have a VA secretary.
Right? Because, he was just doing what every good doc does and gave his troops Ambien so they could sleep on the fucking long flight overseas.
Mm-hmm. Oh, not to mention that he was Obama's doctor for 8 years.
Oh, right. That's right. Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. God forbid you oversee that point. Or glance over that point, whatever you want to fucking say.
Right.
God damn motherfucker. God, I hate people.
How do you really feel?
Fuck people. Another one.
So do you want to get into this tinfoil hat?
Do you have a tinfoil hat?
Well, I've got that article pulled up.
Oh, go ahead.
Because you remember, I remember talking about, hold on, let me scoot closer because I'm super excited now. All right, now that I'm super close, everybody, listen. Okay, so you guys remember how I think when did we talk about this? 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. So you remember how 2 weeks ago, we were talking about how that one Parkland sheriff was found dead under mysterious circumstances?
Mm-hmm.
A second one. There's been a second one.
There has been a second one.
So, dude, seriously, oh my God, we need we can't do the X-Files theme song because, copyright issues and shit. But okay. All right. But seriously, you guys, listen. Hold on. Let me get super close. All right. Ready? Okay. So Marshall Peterson, Broward County deputy sheriff who dared to question the official narrative surrounding the Parkland shooting, has been found dead under suspicious circumstances. He was 53. The 28-year veteran of the Broward Sheriff's Office, Deputy Peterson, is the second sheriff's deputy to be found dead in sudden and unexpected circumstances in the month following the Parkland massacre. Deputy Fitzsimmons, 42, was found dead on his sofa on April 1st. So on April 25th, Broward Sheriff tweeted out, "It is with a heavy heart that we announce the passing of Deputy Marshall Peterson, a 28-year veteran of the Broward Sheriff's Office, Department of Detention. Deputy Peterson, 53, died at his residence. Thank you for your service, Deputy." You guys
died at their residence.
You guys. But so according to the obituary notice, Marshall Lawrence Peterson was a, quote, loving son, brother, brother-in-law, uncle, and friend who was a popular member of the sheriff's office, having served there since 1989. However, the obituary does not state why the 53-year-old man, who was apparently in good health, was found dead at his mother's house. So again, Deputy Peterson is the second deputy to be found dead within a month. They were both in the prime of their lives, and they died from unspecified, non-job related casualties. Unless you count the, quote, questioning the official narrative surrounding the highly publicized school shooting to be a job-related cause of death. Dun, dun, dun. Mother of God.
Oh, it is interesting. But without medical findings being released, we don't know. We just don't know. And they'll never release them. We know that.
Freedom of Information Act.
You're going to FOIA request it?
If I have to.
You let me know how that works out.
Dude, it's too easy to go to a fucking county clerk and be like, hey, can I see the death certificate for this person? Why? Oh, I'm doing a book report. I don't fucking know.
Wait, you have to know if you go to ask.
No. Or you could just say I'm doing an investigation on like a haunting of a location, and I want to get like a background and see if there was any like like suspicious deaths that had happened.
So you can go ghost hunting again.
Yes.
Oh, ghost hunting. Hooray.
Dude, it's a thing.
I know it's a thing. You went.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. Then it goes into like this article goes into the whole like Fitzsimmons thing and like all the pictures which I posted up here, right?
Yes.
Everyone remember? You remember? I remember. Oh, and then the article ends. Oh, rude.
So, yeah.
I need more.
We haven't heard from, Hog Nation in a while, I don't think, right?
From who?
Let me do a quick Google search and see if he's in the news lately.
Oh God, why? I don't care about that little fucking douchebag.
What? I just want to see if he's in the news. Oh yes, 2 days ago.
Ugh, why?
I'm not gonna bring it up, but the headlines reads: David Hogg demands Mike Pence cancel NRA speech.
Why? Cancel NRA speech?
Mm-hmm.
No, suck a dick. So he's trying to control someone's First Amendment rights, is what you're saying.
Oh, and now he's 18, so now he's an adult. So
he's 18 now.
Yeah. His birthday was 12 April.
Interesting. Wasn't he 16 literally in February?
No, I think he was actually 17 in February.
Oh, okay. How convenient.
How convenient. Yeah, so it's interesting that so that's his recent in the news but I haven't seen anything in the news lately about him like I don't see him being covered by like CNN or MSNBC lately.
Good.
Just news articles that are showing up.
Good.
So that's that's good at least.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he'll turn away the fodder here soon.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. What?
Nothing. I'm just
I'm tired of the news.
God, I know, right? I don't even watch it at work. Like, people put it on and I'm like, nope. I switch it to HGTV because I'm a basic bitch.
What?
Chip and Joanna, dude.
Oh my God.
Fixer Upper. Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
That show's over now.
I know.
They're ending the show. Just FYI.
I'm aware.
Okay. Just making sure you're aware.
No, I'm fully aware. I watch it simply because I love how they interact with each other.
Mm-hmm.
She does, like, they do the same concepts, same designs in every house. If you watch enough episodes, and you'll notice, it's recessed lighting, wooden beams in the ceilings, a large island in the kitchen.
Islands are awesome.
No, but it's literally it's the same thing. And, you know, it's an open concept, right? It's like, well, what if I don't want an open I want a fucking wall there.
I want a wall there. You know where else I want a wall?
Huh?
You want to know where else I want a wall?
The border.
When California secedes, yes.
Yes.
Oh, the caravan. Oh, yes, the caravan. Hold on. Let's see
I did see something today on the news, actually, at work. So during my night breako, during my long case, I was able to get a quick bathroom break because I was doing the pee dance, and I was like, I have to pee. And my doc was like, you seriously can't hold it? This is at like 10:30, mind you. Keep in mind the case didn't end until a little after 6. Or a little before 6. I don't fucking remember. I don't know. Right? But so, like, yeah, the case didn't end until like around 1800. So around 10:30, he was like, you can't hold it. And I'm like, no, I can't. Motherfucker. I was going to have to be like, nurse, if you can just stick a Foley in me, like, that'd be great.
Wow.
She's whatever. But yes, no. I did see, however, something about how Department of Homeland Security has already had to detain a good number of the migrants of the convoy for crossing the border illegally.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what's supposed to happen.
No, I just think it's fucking hilarious. It's like, you guys fucking caravan all the way here seeking asylum, and then you go and try to fucking cross the border illegally? You think that's really gonna help your fucking chances of getting asylum in this country? Especially with this president? The fuck is wrong with you? God damn, how stupid can you be? Show that you are law-abiding citizens, and it would have been like, all right, no worries. But since you want to be stupid and try to cross the border illegally, dumbasses, kick them back where they started.
They are now in a detention center known as the Harela or Cooler. They can be held for days or even a week as asylum officers question them and assess them for credible fear.
Like, where are they running from again?
Honduras.
So they went all the way through Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
A country that speaks the same language.
Mm-hmm.
To come here.
Mm-hmm.
A country that does not speak the same language.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know why. Why travel all this way to try and seek asylum? Right? Why didn't they apply for asylum somewhere else?
Right? If we're such a bad country, if we're such a terrible fucking place, according to some people, why is it everyone wants to fucking come here?
I don't know. Oh, wait, because we're fucking awesome.
Even fucking Asian Cartman's wearing a Make America Great Again shirt.
Oh, my God.
Did you see that? I sent it into the team chat. I saw that picture, and I about died.
Photoshop.
It doesn't matter. It's on the interweb, so it has to be true.
Uh, fucking- they want a McDonald's. That's all North Korea really wanted was a McDonald's.
That was it. Knew it. Ooh, or In-N-Out. Or Chick-fil-A.
Maybe Chick-fil-A. In-N-Out is delicious, though.
It is. I had Chick-fil-A for dinner.
Did you?
I did.
Was it good?
Oh, God. So I got, like, legit, I was so hangry when I got done with that case. Like, it was fucking perilous for anybody to really have any sort of long interaction with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was bad for their health.
Because you were hangry?
I was so angry and, like, just hormonal. Because, again, Shark Week is supposed to start here in a couple days. So... Red River's running.
Anyways,
huh?
Do you get hangry when at the wait staff and or when you're getting your food?
No, I'm very polite to them.
Okay.
No. Oh my God, no. If they're handling my food, I'm very nice to them.
Well, that's important.
Yes. No. No. I know what they fucking do. They'll fucking spit in there. No, thank you. No. I've seen waiting. I've seen Super Troopers. Does this look like spit to you?
Cola.
Right. But yeah, exactly, Dale. I will chum up the waters. Exactly. No. Whataburgers. That shit gives me a fucking anxiety attack. Just the menu. Ugh. Why do I have to choose the fucking bread? Just fucking give me a burger on a normal fucking bread. Like, why do I have to pick a type of bread? Like, just fucking bread, man. I don't fucking know. And like, why do you have 20,000 sauces? Just fucking keep it simple. God damn it. I walk in there, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what I fucking want. I walk in there, I see the menu, and I'm like, never mind, I don't. Because there's just a whole barrage of fucking information hitting me in the face all at once. Pew, 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 pew. And I don't know what to fucking do or what to look at or what to do with my fucking hands. So they're fucking coming up here, like, trying to protect, like I'm fucking Ricky Bobby. I'm over here, like, the KFC car ran real good today. I don't know what to do with my hands.
I like the baby Jesus best. Oh my God.
But seriously, seriously though. Oh God, no. I like In-N-Out. It's 3 options, and then you've got your secret menu, which if you know it, that's it. That's all you've got, right? And even then, it's a secret menu, so you have to really search for that shit to know it, right? And then, what Minx looks like with an anxiety. Shut up. But no, like, In-N-Out's fucking, like, and if I want it, like, low carb or whatever, or like without the bun, hey, can I get a number 2 protein style? Sure. And they wrap it with fucking lettuce. I don't have to fucking be like, hey, I'm on that keto diet thingy. I don't eat bread. I need you to fucking fix it for me. No, just protein style. Okay. If you want crunchy fries, order your fries well.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy.
You always order well.
Fucking easy. Anyways, I digress. What was I talking about?
Fuck if I know.
Oh, I was talking about food because I was hangry. Okay.
What?
we were talking about Chick-fil-A.
No, we talked about.
No, we were talking about Chick-fil-A and how like on my way home I grabbed some, and like literally it was as soon as I got in the back of my car with my sweet tea and my waffle fries, because I ate my sandwich once I got to the house, and like on air I was like over here stuffing my face during the first hour. Nom, nom, nom. Super ladylike, you guys.
This is a serious food question now,
Okay.
right? So you have multiple. So you go to like the In-N-Out or you go wherever and you get food to go, right?
Yes.
And you have the sandwiches in one bag and the French fries in another bag.
Why are they in separate bags?
Because sometimes they come in separate bags when you do a big order.
Oh, okay.
Just follow me.
Okay.
So
Tracking. Go on. I'm ready.
as you are either sitting in the car, right? And you're the passenger. Okay. For argument's sake, I'm driving, you're the passenger.
Okay.
And we have two other people in the back. And you have the sandwich, you have the food with you in the passenger seat. Are the fries that are in the bag, not in the carton, right? Not in the carton, but that have fallen out and into the bag, are those fair game for you, the passenger?
Oh, fuck yeah, they are.
See, that's not fair.
No. And actually, all fries within that entire holding receptacle are fair game for me.
See, you don't play by the rules.
I don't. Not when it comes to fucking fries. My fat ass will eat all of them. And I'll be fucking nice because this is what I do. I'm stealthy as fuck. So I'll sit there and I'll be chowing down on them, and then I'll hand you a few. And then arm, and then hand you a few more.
Fries.
It's true.
Fries.
You can ask my ex-husband, Ghost. I used to eat his fries all the time. He'd get pissed.
See? You don't play fair.
Worth it. I got all the fries. Whatever. I don't understand what the issue is. Oh. So,
What?
I don't remember.
Tater tots or French fries?
French fries.
You got to choose. Really? You choose French fries over tater tots?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
No, it's not, because I don't like all that mushiness.
If you get them from the right place, they're not mushy.
No, I don't like the mushy. It's mushy, not mushy.
Same thing.
No, it's mushy.
Mushy is all.
I don't like all the fucking mushiness in the center mass of the fucking tater tot. It's ugh. No, you can keep your fucking you can keep your tots.
My tots.
Keep your fucking tots. I'll eat my fucking fries.
See, Pookie, no. Fries are not greater than tater tots.
I agree, Pookie. Thank you.
Yes, waffle fries are good. Was it Cot? Yes, Cot has a great point that waffle fries hold more sauce.
Yes, and waffle fries are greater than fries. I agree.
Yes.
But yeah, no, oh my God. But no, seriously, on my drive home, I was so happy eating my waffle fries and drinking my sweet tea. I was like, do. Like, it was an instant mood changer. I was like, oh, I'm happy now. Anyone put vinegar on their fries? Who the fuck
That's retarded.
puts vinegar on their goddamn fries?
People who don't know how to eat.
God damn, go back to Canada.
Go back to kindergarten and learn how to use condiments correctly.
Right? God damn, something. Oh, malt. Spanky, go back to Canada. You're from up north. Those of us that lived in England. Go back to Canada.
I will get you a boat.
Send you on your merry way. Row, bitch, row. Just kidding. Love you, Spanky.
Oh, why are we talking about food? What the hell?
Right? Oh, Cos makes a good point. Like tots are fine, like they're good, but there's a finite amount. Like I can't, like I'll eat them, but like only so much. Fries, on the other hand, I can't stop eating. I'm just like, oh my God, they're so good.
Oh, so Red Robin does bottomless steak fries.
No.
Yeah, in case you didn't know that, yeah.
See, I went to Pluckers last night after watching Infinity War, and I got their house fries, which are like potatoes that are cut up and then like deep fried. Oh God, they're so good.
Hold on. Luke wants to talk alcohol.
Oh.
And I've seen him drop hints of scotch and wine and things like this. Yeah, see, that's terrible, Luke. You need to at least be having scotch that's old enough to have a scotch. Just saying.
Fucking Pookie. No, he cracked the code.
What?
Pookie cracked the code. If your girl can't figure out what to eat, just stop by the first fast food place and order a large fry.
Oh my God, I saw something similar to that the other day.
God damn it!
You order, there was this thing on the menu. It said, "My girlfriend's not hungry," right? And they bring you extra French
Yeah.
stuff for your meal.
Yep. Okay, but no. We can talk about alcohol now since everyone's hungry.
Now that you've made everybody hungry for French fries.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
My alcohol. Alcohol's a personal choice. You know, it's what do you like to enjoy? What do you want to sip on? And Bloomin' Onion I've not had in forever.
Ew, onions are disgusting.
Damn it, Al. I want a Bloomin' Onion.
Onions are disgusting.
Not all onions are disgusting.
Onions are disgusting.
Funyuns are delicious.
No, they're not. Oh, fried pickles. Yes.
Dude, son of a bitch.
Yes, bitch. Yes.
Rolling Rock beer. Really?
Dude, this whole last hour has just been
Weird.
all over the fucking place.
A little bit.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, man.
What?
Shall we do some house cleaning?
Yeah, go for it.
So, Nation, as you know, we have a show almost every night of the week. We'll start with tonight. It's Tied Up Tuesdays with myself, Grey Cloud, and my lovely co-host Minx.
Hello.
We cover a lot of different things. Obviously, tonight was a little weird. We had a great guest tonight, Jessica Scott, who's an Iraq war vet, active duty service member, and a published and acclaimed author. Tomorrow is our Donza, where we play video games and just kind of relax and take downtime from the station. Thursday is Sergeant's Times with Ice and the gang from the main page, and they're usually talking about all things affecting active duty force and sometimes items that affect the vets. And occasionally Ice goes on the rant of something that's just out there and just stupid, like David Hogg, who he truly hates. And then we go into Friday with Friday Night Freedom with, again, Minx and Pookie. And they're usually covering current events. And then Saturday is Saturday Night Savagery with Jay Reddy and Pookie. Again, Nation, I know I say this every week when I do housekeeping. You just got to tune in. You just got to tune into that show because it is just that. Just tune in. And then we roll into Sunday. We're kicking it with Cause. Great show. I finally caught it for the first time this weekend. Great show. They're usually covering current events and issues that are affecting active duty force and the local areas. This week they covered the water issue that's affecting a lot of bases. So tune into that show. Monday is the Monday edition with Ice and Flash. And they are covering current events as well and anything that might have got missed over the weekend. And then we roll right back into Tuesday with myself and Minx.
Woo!
And then we have one guest coming up, and that's our guest next week. And it's Eric Paz from Big Paws. Big Paws Canine began with a small group of good friends and business associates. Almost 10 years later, there are over 150 service dogs with their veterans or first responders assisting them in their daily lives. They're entirely operated by non-paid volunteers, with most of them having a connection to the veteran or first responder community. Eric is in charge of their West Coast operations. He was fortunate enough to find this organization in early 2016. He is married with 2 boys, 1 on the way, and his service dog, Toby. So that's our guest for Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
Minx,
Yes.
back to you.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, no, that's our show.
It was a good show. It was a great guest tonight.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking.
Great.
All right. You ready? I'm ready. You ready?
Woohoo.
Woo! All right, you guys. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Have an amazing rest of your week. I will see you on Friday. So make sure to join us on Thursday, like Grey Cloud said. So, yeah. Bye. Shots or something.
Shots.
Right?
Good
Yeah.
night, nation.